So you're PCSing to San Diego, California, and you're wondering, where do most military families live? San Diego is a massive county with over 4 million residents and tons of neighborhoods and cities within the county. In this video, I'm gonna be sharing with you the top 10 communities that military families tend to gravitate to, so you can figure out which neighborhood is gonna be the best for you and your family. Hey, my name is Emily Benito. I'm a local real estate agent and a mom, and my passion is helping families just like you find their perfect neighborhood here in San Diego. Let's get started. So you're probably pretty excited about moving to San Diego. At least I hope you are, because San Diego is amazing, but it is also massive and it can be expensive. So in this video, I'm gonna break down for you the county of San Diego, and then we're gonna talk about the specific neighborhoods that are most popular depending on where you're stationed. Let's get into the top 10 most popular neighborhoods for military families. All right, next up, we're gonna be talking about Central San Diego, and you actually have two bases there. We've got Miramar, which is in the city of Miramar, and then further down on Coronado Island, we have North Island, which is the Navy base. So between those two, we have quite a few communities that we're gonna be talking about. The first one being La Mesa. La Mesa is technically in East County, San Diego, but it actually borders the city of San Diego. So it is more central than East County. And the reason I say that is because it is extremely centrally located, not just for getting to base, either one, whether you're going to Coronado or Miramar, but it's centrally located in that you're only 15-20 minutes away from the beach. You're about 15 minutes away from downtown San Diego, the zoo, Balboa Park, which is the largest urban park in all of the United States. So it's a must-have, go visit. And you've got, you're down the 8 freeway, which is where you're gonna find Pacific Beach and Mission Beach and SeaWorld. So if you do have kids, it's awesome to be as central as possible, in my opinion, to all the attractions, because you just tend to go and do things a lot more often because it's within a stone throw's reach of you. So the way I describe La Mesa is where urban meets suburban. So if you're kind of on the fence of where you wanna be in life, you kind of wanna be in an urban community, but you don't wanna live in the thick of it, and you don't want to be totally in the burbs where there's nothing else going on, I think La Mesa is a great compromise. I love La Mesa for that. I've done a handful of videos on living in La Mesa, so make sure to check out these videos where I do vlogs and walkthroughs so you can really get a sense of life in La Mesa. It's super tight-knit community. They have stuff going on all year round. They have one of the largest Oktoberfests in all of California. There's a farmer's market every Friday. The neighborhoods are very diverse, everything from bungalows that were built in the 40s and 50s up to multi-million-dollar mansions that are up in the hills of Mount Helix, and just normal suburban neighborhoods as well. But it's a really eclectic community. It has all the amenities of, a big city, and your shopping, your Targets, all that kind of stuff is close by. It's right off the freeway, but again, it's really close to the beaches and bay and downtown and to the bases. And if you're into hiking, you're really close to the hiking trails and Mission Trail. So La Mesa tends to be actually #1 on the list for military families, because it is so centrally located to all the things. #2 on the list is Santee, which is a neighbor of La Mesa, but because it is a little bit further east, it is actually more affordable, and I think that's why it makes our list. You're able to get into a really nice community, great schools. Check out niche.com for the ratings, but there are some great elementary, middle school, and high schools that are rated A in Santee. The housing is pretty affordable compared to the San Diego average. You've got some great older communities and newer developments in Santee. You've got all your shopping centers. There's not much nightlife going on or anything like that. Santee is definitely a sleepy suburb, and it's at the foothills of the mountains. So you have epic views of mountains all around. There's tons of parks in Santee, which makes it a really popular destination for families. You've got everything from Mass Park that has tons of sports courts on there. You've got Santee Lakes, which is a great local spot. They're man-made lakes, but it's still super fun to go with the family. You can go fishing, have parties, barbecues, all the things. Just take your dog on a walk. It's very serene, and it's right there in Santee. Santee is still pretty centrally located though. Even though it's in East County, it's right off the 52 freeways. Or you can take the 52 down to the 163 and it'll drop you off right at the Naval Station. So as far as proximity goes to those two bases, Santee is a great option when you're looking for affordability, family-friendly vibes, and just a slower pace of life. All right, let's dive into the communities. We are gonna start off with Camp Pendleton, which is in North County, San Diego. And the areas near Camp Pendleton that are most popular with families are, number one is Oceanside. Oceanside is an amazing beach community. It's come a long way. It was not so great about 20 years ago, but they've been really pouring a lot of money into Oceanside. The neighborhoods are beautiful. There's a great farmers market. There's a great sense of community, especially amongst military families. Obviously, you've got the beach and the pier. You're really close to Orange County, so you can go up north and visit the Orange County beach communities. So, as far as proximity goes and traffic and commuting, you can't get better than Oceanside for Camp Pendleton. If you go a little bit further east, we've got Vista. And because you're going inland, cost of living is gonna go down. You're gonna be able to get more house, whether you're renting or buying in Vista. Vista has some newer communities, but it has a lot of older communities and even rural properties. So if you're looking for something that feels a little bit more country life or away from the hustle and bustle, then definitely check out Vista. And the third community in North County is San Marcos. San Marcos is a totally, I want to say up and coming, but it's not up and coming. It's just become a very popular destination for young families to move to when they're living in San Diego, because there are newer construction homes up there, newer developments, just newer communities in general. San Diego, as you go further south, a lot of it was built out in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. So you have a lot more older homes, where in North County, you're gonna find newer construction, newer communities that have been developed really in the past 20 years or so. And San Marcos has a lot of amazing new shopping centers and schools, so it just feels a lot newer. It does have a lot of HOA type communities as well, so some people like that and some people do not like that, and they want to be more in an established neighborhood with custom homes where it's not so cookie cutter. So depending on where you land on that, there's no right or wrong answer, but San Marcos is definitely a community to check out if you are going to be up in Camp Pendleton. You've got Oceanside, Vista, and San Marcos. All right, number 6 on the list is Tierra Santa. Tierra Santa is also off the 56 freeway and the 15, but now we're moving closer to the coast. So if you're looking to be closer to the beaches and downtown, maybe 10, 15 minutes away, but still in a nice suburban, quiet neighborhood, totally family friendly, HOA communities, then Tierra Santa is for you. They got great schools. Again, Tierra Santa is also a sleepy suburb, so there's not a lot of nightlife or anything like that going on. You don't have a cute little downtown village. It's a lot more of, shopping centers and strip malls. So the reason why families choose Tierra Santa is because of its sense of community, very family friendly, tons of parks, great schools. Again, check out niche.com for the school ratings, but you are going to be right off the 15 freeway and be able to get to downtown, the beach, and all the things in a much shorter period of time. And again, you're pretty close to Miramar. So you're gonna be able to take the 15 freeway straight to Miramar, and it's gonna be the shortest commute out of all the communities that we've discussed so far. So Tierra Santa, if you were looking for suburbs, neighborhoods, family-friendly vibes, don't care to be in a walkable neighborhood or close to the happenings in bars and restaurants. You're more concerned about a nice, safe, quiet community for your family with great schools, but proximity to all the things is important to you. Check out Tierra Santa. All right, now we're gonna head over to the coast. So if you have been dreaming about living at the San Diego beaches, then these next 3 communities are for you. What you do need to know, and remember I said it in the beginning of the video, is the closer you live to the coast, the more expensive rents and real estate prices go. So PB, although it is known for a fun party town, there's a tons of college kids and young professionals in their 20s and 30s, and even military that love moving to PB when they land in San Diego. They're typically renting apartments, because to buy a home, starting price is about 1.5 million, and that's for a single family residence. And you can get into a condo for about $800,000-900,000, and I'm talking a 1-bedroom condo. So it is expensive to live in PB, but the lifestyle is amazing. I myself lived in PB for over 10 years. So people love PB Pacific Beach because it's a walkable community. There's tons and tons of bars and restaurants. And more than just bars and restaurants though, there's lots of different types of gyms and activities. Pacific Beach has the bay, and the beach. So if you're into water sports, obviously we also have surfing and paddle boarding. I mean, I can go on and on. So the big draw to PP is the active lifestyle. Everything is outdoors. Because we have great weather in San Diego, you're able to sit outside at restaurants and bars year round. It's just epic, but it comes with a price tag. All right, number 7 on the list is Point Loma. Point Loma is another coastal community just south of Pacific Beach, and it is definitely very popular with military families. It is so close to North Island, and it is a very strong sense of community. I would say Point Loma is much more of a family-friendly vibe than Pacific Beach, where Pacific Beach, you're gonna have a mix of college kids, and it's just a party town. It's a party town, it's a vacation town, it's a destination town. Point Loma is much more residential, and you have a mix of real estate and neighborhoods there. You've got historic old homes and actually historic mansions there, which is really fun to drive by, overlooking the harbor. You have small bungalows that are 900 square feet, modern townhomes, and everything in between. So when you're living in Point Loma, you are so close to so many major San Diego attractions. You're minutes away to downtown San Diego, the airport, the naval base at North Island, but you're also just minutes away from Ocean Beach and Sunset Cliffs. Sunset Cliffs is the most epic place to watch the tide pools roll in and watch the sunsets. It's really popular amongst the locals just to go for a hike or watch the sunset every night, and you're minutes away from that. In OB, which is Ocean Beach, obviously there's a beach there, but there's also a Newport, which is the street that has a lot of bars and restaurants. So it doesn't tend to be as wild and crazy as Pacific Beach. So it's a little bit more mellow. It's a little bit more hippie vibe, if you will, in Ocean Beach. And so that's basically your beach when you're living in Point Loma. You're also right next to the harbor and the fishing wharf. So if you like to go fishing, or if you love seafood, there's the seafood restaurants right there. It's a really great vibe, but Point Loma is again on the coast, so it does come with a nice price tag, but it is really popular amongst the military families. You're really able to be really close to base, practically no commute time. So there's great rentals and condos, and of course, beautiful homes with views. Number 8 on the list is Coronado Island, one of my favorite places in all of San Diego to visit, which actually isn't a true island. You can get there through a road. It's more of a peninsula, but there is the Coronado Bridge, the famous Coronado Bridge that drives from downtown San Diego. It'll take you right over to Coronado. Obviously the base is there, so it is very popular amongst military families. To buy in Coronado is not cheap at all. I've always looked at Coronado as kind of like the Hamptons of San Diego. There's very expensive real estate on Coronado Island, but it's very beautiful. It's a really charming, quaint town with its own little village with high-end restaurants and shops. It definitely has beaches, and there's tons of hotels there, so you can go staycation or daycation, just get a day pass and hang out at the hotels and be a vacationer for a day. It's beautiful, and it is luxury for sure. But Coronado, I have to put it in the mix, is an amazing place to raise a family if you can afford it. All right, last but not least, number 10 is Chula Vista. And I wanna preface this, that this is not an order of best to worst in any way. I am just going from the top of the county, North County, and moving our way down south. And the furthest south town here in our list is Chula Vista. Now, Chula Vista is a very, very large city. It's actually one of the largest cities in Southern California, and I believe it's the largest city next to the city of San Diego in San Diego County. So it really does cover a large area of the South Bay. But Chula Vista has its older neighborhoods that are a little bit closer to the coast. So if you're looking on a map and you're looking at the city of Chula Vista, the further west you get, the closer to the coast, the neighborhoods are gonna be older. They were developed in the 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s. So you're gonna have older homes, older neighborhoods. Over the past, I would say 20 years, the eastern part of Chula Vista has really boomed. There's lots of new development, tons and tons of planned development communities, HOA communities. Some people absolutely love it because everything looks meticulous and clean and new, and the shopping centers are new, and there's tons of stuff going on in Chula Vista. So Chula Vista is really, really popular amongst military families, especially in the Navy, because you're so close to North Island in Coronado. But you're also able to get into a nice newer community, maybe a newer development, newer construction homes, and it's very family friendly, great schools. It doesn't have nightlife or anything like that. You're a quintessential suburban community, and it does feel like you're a little bit removed from the city of San Diego because you are so far south. We just went through a ton of cities in San Diego, but I dive deep into each one of these. So make sure to check out this video for more information. And if you have any questions or want to pick my brain, click the link below and schedule a Zoom. I'd love to talk to you.